G'day punters, welcome to Pathways. A little touch up. We're going to just quickly run our eye of the 2-year-olds, give you an updated view from us as to where we think they're at, but not like a red hot do this, do that. Pistol Pete, you absolutely declared that Selsaville wouldn't win.
Yep.
It was $1.65 when you did. It started around $2 on the fair and was very plain. Glue on shoes and its overall figures were only on heavy track. Were your main reasons correct?
Yeah, exactly. And I thought the rail, as it was, I mean, we've been talking about Caulfield's rail position.
Which is an actually interesting point. Well, I forgot to talk about it on the
That's all right.
on the deep dive. But I'm going to do it now. Isn't it just fascinating how in Victoria on the radio on racing.com you'll see open discussion, criticism of tracks and track managers.
Yep.
The how different it is in North Korea, where everything is great and nothing bad ever happens.
No.
The track in Sydney was as bad.
Yeah, I mean, we went into the meeting expecting rails and run would be a slight disadvantage, or at least a disadvantage for the races there on the weekend. If you settled forward, it was strongly advantaged. Rails and run was strongly disadvantaged, so the inside draw there for Selsaville was always going to prove something pretty difficult to overcome, despite everything else that I listed off. But no, it was good.
So, in regard to the 2-year-olds, where do we want to be?
So, we have to focus on the Silver Slipper there because Farnan, and again, speaking with Rob Scurry this morning on the Sin City podcast, it's already out there in the ether with Scurry and Mark Roden. Farnan's actually recorded...
Racing.com's very own Mark Roden.
Exactly. The hottest recruit of the year. Yeah, so we've got a new clubhouse leader in Sydney anyway with Farnan. Has plenty of condition to come. Rob noted that it wasn't screwed down for a gay horse, which is pretty interesting. But it's recorded the biggest figure we've seen in Sydney. The only 2-year-old figure that's been bigger than that so far this season was the Blue Diamond. But obviously there has to be a few question marks over quite a few of those runners. Out of the Blue Diamond, touched on it in the deep dive, but Montesira is the horse that we both want to follow out of that race.
Yep.
If they continue with the prep, but...
Yeah, which I'd just stay tuned to Twitter for before you start to invest any money. It's a bit high risk, I think, at the moment. It's coming off a big run on a firm track. Just if it gets through it, I love horses coming off a firm track run.
Yeah.
So, big watch Montesira. We'll quickly touch on the Australian Guineas, Pete, where you suggested a bet last week on Superstorm, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Still pretty keen on Superstorm. It's only going to be a relatively small field.
Yeah, and as we predicted, Catalyst starting to firm into outright favourite, which I think will continue. I think it'll start around 220, 230.
That's very precise.
It's just my read, baby.
Yep.
All right.
Are we going to hedge anything else? I mean, Catalyst is probably short now.
Don't want to get involved at that end of the market this far out. I think Chenier is pretty sure, considering its SP last start and given a really nice ride by D. Oliver. Alabama Express, this isn't its grand final. There was new market talk, scary behaviour. I'm pretty happy with where you are with Superstorm. If I was to bet again, it might be Soul Patch, who I thought was really good when not suited in the lead-up race that Catalyst and Alligator Blood and Chenier come from.